What's up guys, it's Fat Ninja here and oh my god, I've just watched Battleground just a few hours ago early in the morning because I'm in the UK, but it was a surprise to watch. Obviously this is going to be my reaction video or review video, whatever you want to call it, but it ended on a high note, which is just, I'm going to get to that very soon if you haven't already seen it. If you've already seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about, but we're going to start with, obviously, we're reviewing the match card and things of what happened. So, the first match of the event was actually on the pre-show, which was King Barrett versus R-Truth. So, that match, it really wasn't great. And obviously, it was this battle for, like, the crown or something like that, and I personally thought the match was pointless. Well, the way the stipulation is pointless anyway, but obviously, Barrett managed to knock him off and win on the pre-show, so he's like still the king, if you could say that, but it was King of the Ring anyway. And just, yeah, R-Truth is just literally, that just left him like at a stalemate. Just, what does he do now? It's just one of them situations, you know what I mean? And he just doesn't know where to go, or doesn't know how to, unless this is just an ongoing feud, then I don't know what they've got planned. But anyway, on the actual first match of the live event night, it's Randy Orton versus Sheamus. Now, it was actually quite a good match from what I saw, and there was a couple of spots in there which were quite good. And obviously Orton managed to pull off a victory with, the RKO out of nowhere on Sheamus. Sheamus did deliver a good brogue kick though, but obviously Orton managed to kick out, and the actual match overall was actually quite good. And there was like I said, there was a few here and there where it was like a tense moment, and honestly, on that match, I couldn't decide a winner or from my prediction because I was just slap bang in the middle. But like my odds had to go towards Orton because he had the hometown advantage of St. Louis. So yeah, obviously Orton did pick up the win and he defeated the Mr. Money in the Bank. Moving on, we're going to the tag team match. This one really wasn't a big match. It was just Primetime Players versus the New Day. And there was a couple of alright things in there. There was, obviously, like Kofi and the high flyer. They can try and spice up the match, make it look more exciting. But in overall, it wasn't that great, to be honest. But Primetime Players actually retained the titles, which is obviously, a successful title defense, and they're still the champions, which is good for them. And just again, the New Day might have an ongoing feud with them, so let's just see what they bring on tonight's Raw. The next match we're going to talk about is Bray Wyatt versus Roman Reigns, and this was actually quite a good match, to be honest. It had a few spots in there where it was quite tense, and the both of them was just going at each other. But eventually, Wyatt did manage to pick up the victory against Reigns due to an outside interference, which obviously the referee didn't saw, in quotation marks, which turned out to be Luke Harper helping him, so it could be a sign that the Wyatt family are back. What do you think of that? Let me know. So basically it was a cheap victory, and I cannot really decide between the two unless they have a full clean match to have against each other. So yeah, Wyatt defeated Reigns. It was kind of expected from me because I predicted Wyatt to win, because if Reigns beat Wyatt, it left him literally, it would like to be stranded in the desert. They won't know where they are. So Wyatt was just literally left there, and they won't know where to put him next because they can't be having him have all these promos and vignettes of his next opponent, then just go and lose, because that's just a bit pointless. So Wyatt defeated Reigns, and that was that match over and done with. The next match, which I actually surprisingly liked for once, was a Divas triple threat match, which was Charlotte with Paige and Becky Lynch in her corner. She beat Brie Bella with obviously the other Bella and Alicia Fox in her corner, and Sasha Banks with Naomi and Tamina in her corner. Yeah, so it was actually quite a good match for a Divas match. So obviously, this hopefully can spark a sign of a Divas revolution, like our people have been wanting to come for a while. Because this could be a big change to the Divas division. Charlotte and Sasha Banks, they are good in the ring. You know, they have a lot of talent, especially with Charlotte being the daughter of Ric Flair. So you can see where she gets it from. Sasha Banks, she actually looks quite alright as well. She has a few moves there which I actually, intrigued me. But obviously, they both wasn't enough to obviously get the victory. So which is why Charlotte picked it up using her own version of the figure 4 leg lock, which was adopted by her father. So yeah, it was a good match overall. It was longer than usual, so hopefully this is something we can see in the future for the Divas division. And this was probably my favourite match of the night, or in fact it is my favourite match of the night. It was John Cena versus Kevin Owens part 3, and again, these two just love going at each other. Cena had good, movement. He can, create a big momentum moment, if you can call it that. And, and Kevin Owens is literally like the next big thing in the business, Obviously, he's the bad guy that can change everything. He's going to be the main bad guy. I think he can surpass Rollins as the top dude to be the bad guy. So Kevin Owens, he does have loads of potential for the WWE. And my prediction for that match was I actually thought Kevin Owens was going to pull out with the victory, but Cena actually just managed to get it out with an STF submission move, and Owens slightly taps out. So obviously the match is stopped, and Cena retains the United States Championship. Again, like I said with previous ones, I don't know where this is going to leave Owens, unless he's going to carry on his feud with Cena, but it's just going to be an ongoing thing. If that happens, it'll just get boring. But I hope that Owens starts a feud with Cesaro, because as of late, obviously on Raw, where these two have had a couple of matches to get against each other, and obviously Cesaro was in a match against Cena for the title, and Owens getting involved. So hopefully they can have a feud, which would be quite good, because Cesaro does need a push, because he's got so much potential to be at the top. Yeah, he's not being utilised. So yeah, Cena retains the title against Kevin Owens. Now the main event, which is probably going to be the surprising part, if for those who haven't watched, is Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins for the championship. And the match, was going smoothly. Basically, Lesnar was 80-20 with the match. He was basically dominating Rollins. I think he did a dozen suplexes to him. But eventually, after he delivers an F5, he goes for the cover, and all you hear is the gong. That dong. And you know what that means. The Undertaker actually came back and confronted Brock Lesnar, which it knocked me off guard. I wasn't really expecting it to get in the main event. Obviously, the two have unfinished business from last year's WrestleMania, and this would be setting up a huge SummerSlam match between Lesnar and Taker. And Taker honestly looks in great shape for his age, and I think it'd be a good match. I just don't want it to be like an utter Brock Lesnar, domination like he did at WrestleMania, but it has potential, I see. It could be a really good match at SummerSlam. So, yep, the Rollins and Lesnar match ended in a no contest quite early on. But the pay-per-view overall actually finished quite early. I think it finished like 20 minutes early than usual. So, I see what they've done there. And what I think of it in general, I think it was a decent pay-per-view. I think it was quite good. The Owens and Cena match was good, which was a highlight of it. The Wyatt and Reigns match was actually alright as well. The Divas match I liked. So I actually liked most of the matches, which was actually a good thing for once. Because usually pay-per-views are just quite dull and burnt out and just not many entertaining things. But Battleground actually has, caught my eye this year. It's quite a good pay-per-view this year, and let's just see what SummerSlam brings. Which, obviously, SummerSlam is going to be on the August 23rd of, obviously, next month. And it's going to actually be not in LA this time, it's actually going to be in Brooklyn, in New York. So, So let's just see what that brings us. And as well, guys, I will be reacting to tonight's Raw as well, so it's going to be like a weekly thing. And hopefully this can catch some of yours eyes, and obviously you'll like it, because it's something I'd love to do, and it's something I've been a fan of for years, for all I remember. So, if you guys like it, then don't forget to drop a like, and be obviously aware of when I upload. It'll be every time wrestling's on, pretty much. I'm gonna start. I stopped watching SmackDown for a while, for about a month or so, because it's just not caught my eye that often. But if you want me to, I'll watch SmackDown as well, so you can react. I can react to it for you. But it's what you guys want. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time on Monday Night Raw. Don't go changing.